Hey everybody, we're back with Derric here. Derric is the host of Derric Haynie is the host of the Future of E-commerce podcast and chief e-commerce technologist at ecommercetech.io, where e-commerce stores go to research, discover, and buy the right tools to grow their store. Half of his day is spent reviewing tech tools, and the other half is talking with merchants to help them discover which solutions are right for them. When he is not doing that, you can find him speaking, networking, or grabbing a drink at any of your favorite e-commerce events, like the e-commerce Growth Summit. Thank you for joining us, Derric.
Thanks for having me. I'll drink to that. Coffee.
Awesome. Derric is gonna present his deck about using live chat to maximize Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. Derric, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Great to be here. Can you guys all hear me really well? Valentine, good to see you again there in chat. And Tonisa says, can't wait to hear this session. I've never had so much praise coming in. So thanks so much, everybody, for being here. We're going to talk about something near and dear to me, which is just the raw sense of like using what you've already got in your business to just tweak it a little bit and make more money. And I'm talking specifically about your customer service team. So if you're doing, $1 million, 5 million, 10 million in revenue, you've got at least 1 to 3 agents managing customer service. And we can make some minor changes to your customer service strategy, your on-site strategy, a few other things, and we can actually make more revenue. I'm going to prove to you it's about 13% gross revenue top line. And this is really crucial. Your Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you're trying to make a lot of money. You're trying to make a lot of sales, actually, right? Because sometimes you don't actually make a lot of profit during this time, but you should make a lot of sales, a lot of new customers. And of course, there are lots of other sessions we could talk about retention and all those things. But if we can just increase that conversion rate, get 13% more customers on all this traffic that's undoubtedly coming to your site in the next few weeks, you can turn those into lifelong customers and you can keep them happy and you can make a lot more money. And it's really not rocket science. It just requires a little bit of upfront work. I'm going to show you how really quick about me. You heard that I spend all my days now at ecommercetech.io meeting with tech tool partners such as OmniConvert. Oh yeah, did we get this? We're screen sharing is good. Cool. And we review tools. We try to understand the tech landscape at large for e-commerce. And then when I meet with merchants, I'm able to say, oh, it looks like you're missing this large gap in your strategy. And one of the recommendations I give to, I'd say 75, 85% of merchants is better implementing their live chat. I talked with a Shopify Plus merchant 2 days ago. And within 5 minutes, I dissected their entire live chat strategy and showed them how they could make like 10% more revenue. And by the way, if you want to do that, they're free consultations. I'll give you a link at the end and you can email me or whatever. And we can meet up and I can look for the same gaps in your tech tool strategy and just give you some pointers for growth. And of course, the reason they're free is because I just make all the recommendations. You got to go do all the work. So yeah, I have a long past in e-commerce help desk, ran an agency, no one cares. So let's move on to the point, right? The point is that right now your customer service team is considered a cost on the business. You might even have it as a line item. You have cost of goods sold, you have taxes, you have shipping costs, then you have customer service, and you're trying to figure out your profit margin, right? The truth of the matter is, though, your customer service team doesn't cost you money. It makes you money. It makes you money in retention. It makes you money in acquisition. And ultimately, it makes you like lowering returns. It makes you money in lots of different ways. And that ROI is often not calculated properly. As with anything in business, if you're treating something as a cost, you're going to try and minimize that cost. But if you treat it as something that has an ROI, you can then look to maximize ROI, which means investing in it properly. And so that's the first reframe that I'd ask you to consider as you think about customer service in your company. And I do think, at least for me, maybe I've been doing this for a few years now, talking about this problem. And definitely the team at Gorgeous, I don't know if they spoke already or if they're speaking later, we'll kind of give you a similar approach. Since I work there, we have similar ideas about it. But like, I think people are getting the idea now that customer service is a bit more complex than a cost, but it's really important that we try and manage that ROI and understand what it is. So there's two types of customer service interactions, pre-sales and post-sales. Today, we're only going to talk about pre-sales, if that's okay, because post-sales is like, yeah, that's just like customer service. And we, it's important, but like It's really the pre-sales conversations that convert a customer that you can change in order to convert more customers. And there's a right way to do this and a wrong way to do this. I'm going to show you both of them. Actually, I'm going to show you both of them today. So in pre-sales, these are the top type of inquiries that are coming in. You're handling objections. People are worried about sizing. When is this going to get to my door? Is it Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Is it going to get to me before Christmas? Do you have this in stock? Your sale is going bonkers on social. I want to make sure you have it in stock. Do you have the right color for me? Is it going to fit me? What's going to happen if it doesn't fit me? Is this the best discount I can receive? These are all of the important questions that people are going to ask. And these questions are money questions. When you hear a question like this, they want to buy from you. They've got their wallet out, their credit card, whatever you want to say. They are ready to purchase. They've just got this one little problem that if you can just simply answer it within 1 minute, let's just say, you can answer it within 1 minute of them asking it, then you will profit dearly. And that's where that 13% gross revenue comes from. I'll show you some stats on it in just a second. Here's what this looks like on social media, courtesy of our partners at Gorgeous. So this is either an ad or just a social post video. And you can see people are tagging their friends. Their friends are saying, we need this, we need this, we need this. What you see here is that nobody is responding to them. The brand hasn't responded to them. And we're missing out on a major opportunity to send them to the website, to give them a discount code. All you got to do is say, oh, Christine, I'm so glad you and Whitney love these. Here's a coupon code for just the two of you, 10% off. It's the coupon code's Christine and Whitney. Go 10, go buy now. Right? That's all you have to say. If you can say that within just a few minutes of somebody commenting, you know that they're still going to be on social. They will immediately get that little ding notification. They'll click on it because they're curious. They'll click on your link because they want to buy, and they will purchase because you've assured them that this is the best deal, that this is the right time to buy, that the product is in stock. You've got all those objections handled. Let me know if this is making sense. If I'm going too fast, say something in chat. I want to make sure I'm not just rambling to myself. All right. So starting to get the point. So what live chat really looks like, it comes in a few different forms, but the most common form is going to be that little chat bubble at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Now, the first thing you might notice is that when that chat pops up, there are a few ways that people will engage with it. This, I would consider, is the worst, absolute worst way, is to insert your name, email address, and then message optional. So the first thing is, this looks like I'm filling out a lead form, and by putting in the email address, you're preventing people from asking questions. Remember, the goal is to answer their questions quickly so that they can purchase, not collect their email address and market to them later. You actually just want to answer the question, get them to that checkout as quickly as possible. I'm talking fast because I've only got 15 more minutes. So do not email gate your live chat. This is just kind of rule number one. This is a slightly better email gated live chat where it's conversational in nature, which is cool. And then it has a chatbot response, which is great. So I would just remove the request for email address and start somewhere around here. And this is what this looks like, again, with our partners at Gorgeous. Two little buttons that can get them started on the right track to asking a question that will convert them to a customer. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about live chat in the most general sense. Oh, Noble, yeah, they're great. They're doing amazing things. So here are the stats that I collected across the internet on live chat. It's actually really hard to find data about this, and especially to find clean data, if I'm being completely honest. I have some clean data that I helped create myself to prove that this actually works, and it works in practically all cases for any established growth stage business with reasonable profit margins. It will work. So if you have no margins, if you're drop shipping, you have poor customer service in general, I can't solve those problems first before implementing live chat. So between 13 and 60% increase in average order value, 20 to 40% increase in conversion rate for anybody that has a live chat. And we are seeing conversion rates. If you have a chat, a pre-sales chat, you can convert at somewhere between like 20, 30, 40, 50% from chat to customer. And of course, not everybody on the website will chat with you, but you can imagine if 1 in 5 chats convert to a customer, you can invest in having a real person manage those conversations, right? You can think about the lifetime value and what a chat really costs and all that stuff. Do the math in your head and you'll see it works. And then, of course, it's increasing customer satisfaction, which we know increases retention, which increases lifetime value, all the good things that we want. So what is the actual cost of not executing on live chat effectively? I've already told you, if you were guessing a number, you would guess 13% of gross revenue. If you're not doing this, if you are an established brand and not doing this today, you are missing out literally on a 13% gross revenue. I've talked to $10 million brands, and so I'm like, you're missing about $1.3 million in sales here, right? That's what it is at the end of the year. It literally is that's money that you've left on the table by not fulfilling here. I don't know why it's so hard to get people to do it, but it makes perfect sense, because when you ask a brand a question, you want an answer now, right? We already know. So average response times by channel. So chat, we see, and this is data from our partners at Simpler. I did a we did a mystery shopper survey of 500 top e-commerce stores, and we were able to find, and we were able to make some interesting findings. Originally, we were just surveying their customer service strategy. And when I looked at the data, I was the essentially analyst for them. When I looked at the data, I said, there's something really interesting going on around live chat with this data. So we tweaked all of the data to center around the unspoken kind of, I want to call it a faux pas, but it's really just missed opportunity of brands around live chat. All right, so what this is saying is that chat, you answer questions in 90 seconds or less if you're doing it properly, I would say. Email, it takes 13 hours on average to respond to somebody. Contact us forms, it takes a little bit longer. And here's where it gets interesting. And yeah, Mohammed, we will, you'll just email me afterwards and I'll send you the slides. I'll have my email address on the last slide and I'll share it here in chat. The chat to email thing, remember how I told you don't gate your chat? So there are, I'll show you the slide in a second. There are a lot of brands that are just saying, hey, what's your name? What's your email address? And then fill out this message. And then they don't respond to you in real time. They just end up putting you in their customer service queue and they respond to you later. What's going on here is that by having that live chat widget, you're incentivizing people to ask questions. So you're bloating your customer service inquiries, which is causing a delay in response. It's so much so that it's actually slower than if you didn't have live chat on your site at all and you just filled in the form. And what's interesting here is that people, when they fill in live chat, they want a response within 90 seconds or less. And you're actually giving them a 20-hour response time. So there's a big gap in customer expectation. So this is why you do not want to do a chat form to email. If you're going to collect email addresses, which absolutely you should, use a regular pop-up. Collect, by the way, I recommend collecting email address and then phone number on the second. So as a 1-2, try and collect both of them, then market to them on both channels at the same time. But anyways, the chat to email is just a really bad negative experience. The two obvious kind of components to live chat is that the faster the response time, the higher the conversion rate. It's a law of, it's not diminishing returns. It's a lowering expectation. So if you can get them within the first 90 seconds, you have like that 300% higher likelihood of converting. I'm not saying 300% total. I'm saying like more than like average, let's say. And then at like 2 minutes, it's dropped quite significantly. At 10 minutes, you're way in the drop off. And then if you're responding, hours later to a live chat, your customer is obviously gone and your conversion rate is crap. So, and then I already said 20 to 45 of these become a new customer, and that justifies being able to spend in customer service. So here's the data from our partners at Simpler that I helped put together. Out of 500 brands, 320 of them had some form of chat on the website. 261 of those went straight to email, right? And that is the worst expectation you can give somebody. As I just said, 59 did not go straight to email. Of the 59, 23 started with a bot, 36 started with human. Human is okay, but at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of chats. And I believe it is better to start with a bot because it will scale your human resources a lot better. And at the end, a bot can answer some of those really obvious and straightforward questions well enough. And then you can have a human come on the back and make sure that person has everything they need to purchase. So, and then of this, you can kind of see like the numbers. And so at the end of the day, what's going on is that 93% of the top 500 e-commerce brands on the internet today are doing this wrong. So there's only actually 36 that had a human respond in real time. Not 36 that started with a human interaction, but 36 in total between bot and human that responded within 90 seconds, which is how you do it right. So if 93% of brands are still doing it wrong, this data is from about 18 months ago, you have an opportunity to do it right. This means you can beat the big boys by doing this better than them. And we're seeing that with a lot of innovative, young, digitally native vertical brands. They're taking off because of the amazing live chat conversations they're having with people. And it gets more referrals, it gets more virality. That means your cost of acquisition is lowering, which means you can spend more in advertising, you're making more profit. Yeah. So the goal, this is the big takeaway. This is what I want you to do tomorrow. I'm going to give you the six-step strategy in just a second. Create a 24/7 bot to human on-site chat where you have less than 90-second response times. That means it starts with a bot interaction, and it also incentivizes conversation up front by saying, oh, are you interested in these jeans? Or, hey, what's your size? Are you having any questions about your sizing? And then if they respond, the bot kind of takes them through a little flow, helps them go through a sizing guide, right? And then the human comes on later and says, it's great that we've got your size down. Is everything okay? Have you looked at tops as well as jeans? You know, have you check out these glasses? They're a hot seller right now. Oh, and you know what? Just because you've been on the site for 10 minutes, I'll give you a bundled deal. You can get these 3 products for 50% off, whatever it is, right? So you've got the human coming in after the bot to kind of make an innovative close, the same way you'd imagine somebody in the store selling somebody, right? We've got Sephora and beauty brands and Bloomingdale's and all these things where in the past, at least, and maybe not today, you know, you've got the sales rep standing there selling you, right? Where is that online? This is that online. That's what's going on. And by the way, video chat on sites is becoming quite a big thing. There are a few tools like Warm Welcome and one from Typeform called Something Ask, Video Ask. And I think video chat will become the future for a lot of visual-oriented brands, but there's nothing wrong with just a regular live chat conversation either. So you're going to be the sales rep in the store. And by the way, your store, your e-commerce store is open 24/7, right? That's why you have to have 24/7 live chat. So please man the store all hours, especially for high volume merchants. Low volume merchants start at peak sales hours. By the way, don't do 9 to 5, do your peak sales hours, which in the United States is typically 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right, this is directly from the back end of Gorgeous Dashboard. They'll probably show you something similar later, but they're able to, with their system, and you need a way to track this, right? They can see how many people inquired before sale, how many of those people purchased after their inquiry was answered, and that conversion rate, and the total sales by rep. You need a system like this. You can do monthly reconciliations on your own, but just make sure you're tracking this and rewarding your sales agents. They used to be support agents, but you promoted them to sales agents because you noticed they sell really well to do this. All right, we're running 5 minutes on time. I've got 2 major examples, and then I'll throw the 6-step strategy at you. So here's the example. Cassie asks, hello, and this is from our mystery shopper report with Simpler. Are these products currently in stock? Julia says, hey, thanks for reaching out. I'm happy to help. Cassie says, hello. So we're not getting anywhere, which is kind of frustrating. Julia says, thanks for your interest. Which lashes were you interested in? And then Cassie repeats what she already said. So we're off to a bad start. Julia, the customer service agent, says, unfortunately, does not look like we have these available at this time. I apologize. So Julia apologized for something that was completely outside of her control and dead-ended the conversation. Cassie says, okay. What's Cassie thinking right now? Cassie is thinking, okay, I guess I'll just leave the store. I know you paid for me to click on that ad, but like if you don't have those lashes, I guess I'll just go, right? So Julia has dead-ended Cassie in a perfect opportunity to sell her on something else. If anybody here has ever bought and worn lashes, which obviously I do all the time, then you know that one lash is probably just as good as another, and you'll basically buy. You have a few styles that you like, but you'll take one over the other. You'll swap them out pretty easily, right? It's not like a certain thing that but yeah, anyways. So Julia says, may I answer any additional questions? A really open-ended and hard to respond thing. Cassie's like, well, which lashes should I buy now? Do you have any sales? Like Cassie has all sorts of questions, but Julia just didn't make it easy for her to ask any of them, right? So Julia says, thanks for reaching out. If we can assist, blah, blah, blah. Have a great weekend. So Julia's like, please leave our store now. Bye. This is a fail. Do not do customer service like this, okay? This is exactly the wrong way to execute on these live chats. Julia needs to be retrained. Her support team, her managers can definitely do a better job, and it's absolutely the higher ups' job to train the support agents and the sales agents on how to respond to customer inquiries. All right, here's another caveat, really important for you guys. Make sure the pop-ups on your site, make sure your Black Friday, Cyber Monday discount code is at least have an equivocal value code that you give to all of your support agents before you go live on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Here we see that Emily gave me a 5% off discount code, and then I went to exit the site, and the pop-up gives me 10%. That is just straight BS. That is a great way to piss people off and bloat customer service inquiries, by the way. So don't do that. Make sure all of your discount codes are aligned. So what I'm saying here is it all comes down to the conversation is king. Let's take another look at an example. I've got 3 minutes. Do these product frames, so this is an eyeglass company, come in black? Cassie asks, Sarah responded in less than 90 seconds. Hi, Cassie, please hold on a second. Let me take a look. This is a great first response because Sarah needs to go do some research, but she's acknowledged that Cassie exists and that she's here to help. So Sarah goes off, does the research, comes back and says, both colors for this product are in stock, only these two at the moment, link. And so Cassie says, so only the blue and red, and then Sarah corrects red and brown. So Sarah's correcting the person without being condescending. She's just making sure that they understand. But we have other cat eye shaped frames in black. So Sarah's picking up that they want black and realizing they don't have that in black. So she's looking for other products on the site in black and then sharing them with Cassie. So it's like, oh, well, that doesn't have black. Here's something in black. Please buy from us, right? Giving Cassie options to purchase. Then we go silent for a little while. Sarah chimes in again without getting a response from Cassie. That means Sarah was sitting there with a timer where it's like, if customer doesn't purchase or respond in 2 minutes, send another message. This is brilliant. Great way to re-engage. The chat is still open. They're still on the site. You can try and get them to purchase. Do you like this one? It's also best seller. So a little bit of social proof there. Yes, that may work. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Misspelled welcome. No one cares, right? And so Sarah's just like really helpful here. This is a huge win. And Cassie left with all of the options she's probably going to buy. So this is how you do pre-sales live chats. All right, words that matter. We'll skip this, but try not to say sorry. Try not to say hesitate. Think about the words that you use. Some additional goals: you can collect data on your users. You can keep the conversation going. You can actually do research. There was a bidet company that found out all the people were inquiring, like, I need a hot, cold bidet. And he's like, we sell hot, cold bidets. Why aren't they buying from me? So he just put the hot, cold bidet on the homepage, and all of a sudden sales skyrocketed, right? So you find out interesting things. And then the common questions you turn into FAQs and other content. You really do want to get that response time down, train people, and track this. And then, yes, it does impact your margins, but largely for most brands, it will actually increase margins because it lowers cost acquisition, yada, yada, yada. Here's the exact 6-step strategy. I have like 30 seconds. You build the knowledge base first. You create the chatbot as best as you can to answer and mitigate tickets, essentially. Then you create a sales training guide so that every new person you hire knows the sales process, knows the products. You train them on the products. You send your sales agents the products, and you make sure that they're answering questions in a positive and sales-oriented manner, not in a I need to close this ticket kind of manner. Then you can also look at user purchase behavior while you're engaging with people, which is great. And then you have now trained humans ready to respond to those tickets in real time. Boom, profit, we're done. All right, random takeaways that I don't have time for. I can show you those to you later. Remember, this is the goal: 24/7 bot to human on-site chat, less than 90-second response time. I'll send my email here in chat for you all. Email me if you want the slides, and you can get all that stuff. If you want to hit me up for a tech consult, if you are a Shopify brand, especially, I can do other brands, but Shopify is my bread and butter. We can talk about the tools in your tool stack, what we think will help grow the store, solve major problems, look for gaps in your strategy and all that. You can book a consult with me here. All right, that's it. I'm done.
Wow, that was a mouthful.
I told you I have to condense it in.
That was a really good presentation. It was really useful. I mean, I think we're gonna take away some of the tips from your presentation and also apply them on our website. So thank you for that, Derric.
It does work in B2B as well. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if we have any questions. I know that there is one over here. What are the top 3 things you look at when choosing or recommending a chatbot?
Yeah, so you can do all sorts of things with chatbots, and you can have, like I said, the team from Gorgeous, I think, is speaking here, but like you can, maybe not, I don't remember, but yeah, you need to have it connected to a help desk, obviously, but like being honest with the team at Gorgeous, their chatbot is pretty not the greatest. So you could use a different front end chatbot and then connect it to their help desk on the back end, and that wouldn't be a bad situation. But what you might lose there is one of the most important things about live chat is being able to connect that inquiry to a real person. So if you can see their account data, right? You can see the 10 pages they browsed on the website and the 3 things they purchased in the last 12 months. That is going to change how you market to them, might change the discount codes you want to give them. It might change quite a lot that you do with them. You can also mark people as high value, right? So if they have bought thousands of dollars from you and they chat, you respond instantly, right? They get the premium support and all those kinds of things. You also may want this connected to a loyalty tool to incentivize giving them points or giving them some other sort of thing. You definitely want to be able to collect their information and plug that into your CRMs. So yeah, there's all sorts of things to look for. I'll give you a small one that is kind of something I really like. Well, it comes in two flavors, I guess. Or on one side, I want to be able to show my face as the support agent. I think that's really important to say Derric's going to answer your call, your question, and all of that stuff. And then on the flip side, I like the idea of at certain points, people being able to log in with social. I'm seeing this become more prevalent, and I'm not sure it goes exactly in the chat because, like I said, we want no friction. Frictionless chat is what you need up front. But there might be a moment in the conversation where you ask them to, hey, what's your Instagram handle? Or do you want to, if you log in with Instagram, you'll get 200 points towards your next purchase, right? There's a way to plug in social login information. And when you capture social information, we're seeing how powerful that is from retargeting strategy, from an influencer marketing strategy, because now you know the brands that they're following, et cetera, from an outreach strategy. And then it also plugs into your loyalty strategy, because if they post on their social about you, you'll be able to monitor that and re-engage with them. So there's this, it's all interconnected. Live chat is much more than just the one channel. It connects to the entire omni-channel experience. So that'd be the one thing that I would absolutely say is just make sure live chat isn't siloed by, not by itself. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you. Thanks a lot for everything. We have pretty much run out of time now, but it was an awesome presentation. Thank you for that, and yeah, take care.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. It was great.
All right, we will be back with our next guest, Talia Wolf, right after these messages. Take care, guys.